"You're going to wear that?" Gareth asked. It was impossible to miss the criticism in his tone, mainly because he made no effort to disguise it. I looked down at my tasteful blouse and trousers. "I'm attending a funeral, Gareth. What do you expect me to wear? The dress I wore to the Spellbound high school dance?" "Well, you might have more fun if you exposed a little flesh." Ugh, what was it with vampires and exposed flesh? I turned to face my vampire ghost roommate. "I am attending the funeral of a wizard I've never met. I hardly think fun should be at the top of my agenda." It was also my first official coven ceremony. "Aye, you're right. I suppose it doesn't really matter what you wear anyway," Gareth said. "Your grief cloak will cover it." I froze. "What's a grief cloak?" He clucked his tongue. "Have they still not told you about proper attire? Academy standards really are slipping." The academy was Arabella St. Simon Academy, where I attended remedial witchcraft classes. I was new to witchcraft, new to the town of Spellbound and all its paranormal ways, and the grief cloak was the latest on a long list of important things I still didn't know. "Should I send Cedric over to Begonia's? Or maybe to Millie's?" I knew one of my classmates would have a spare cloak. They each had older siblings and, as a result, lots of hand-me-downs. "As long as you wear your black cloak, you'll be fine," Gareth said. "Most of the coven's grief cloaks have symbolic embroidery of some kind. You'll see later." "I'm just glad it will be dark outside so that I don't have to fly solo on my broom," I said. With my intense fear of heights, it was bad enough that I had to ride on a broomstick at all. The funeral, however, was to be held on Swan Lake at midnight, part of the coven ritual. Although I had passed the first phase of broomstick training, I still wasn't permitted to ride past sunset. I needed to log more hours in the air first. Many more hours than I was willing to spend hundreds of feet above the ground with only a narrow piece of wood between my legs. "So, whose broom are you riding on?" he asked. "And do they know what to expect?" I glared at him over my shoulder. "I took an extra dose of anti-anxiety potion after dinner. I have no intention of disgracing myself at a funeral." Gareth chuckled. "Knowing you, I'm sure you'll find a way." I pulled a black cloak from the back of my closet and swung it over my shoulders. "I hope it's not too chilly at the lake." The weather in town tended to stay on the mild side, despite its location near the Pocono Mountains, all thanks to the spell that contained the town and allowed creatures of the night to walk around in daylight without burning to a Kentucky Fried Crisp.